The woman picked up the champagne and smashed it hard against the nuclear submarine. But unexpectedly, the bottle that was supposed to shatter bounced back completely intact. This directly startled the officers and soldiers present, because according to naval tradition, if the champagne does not break before launching, it represents an ominous sign, and the fact was indeed so. During the construction of this submarine, accidents kept happening. A total of 9 workers died mysteriously. To this day, no specific reason has been found. Privately, the soldiers all called this submarine the Widowmaker, and the accident during this launching ceremony was only the beginning of the nightmare, because at that time it was the Cold War period. In order to show its nuclear counterattack capability to the United States, the Soviet military, without testing or inspection, sent this K-19 nuclear submarine to the North Atlantic to carry out a launch mission, and the launch position happened to cover the territory of the United States. But shortly after the submarine left the port, an accident happened. When diving to 30 meters, water leakage occurred inside the submarine. Fortunately, the problem was not very serious. Soon they reached the missile launch area. As long as they surfaced and successfully launched the missile, they would have completed this mission. But at this time, the captain did not choose to carry out the mission. Instead, he ordered the submarine to make an emergency dive, because he wanted to test the limit of this submarine. Soon the submarine reached a depth of 250 meters underwater, but the captain still wanted to continue diving. However, the deputy captain believed that if they continued like this, the submarine might be crushed by the enormous water pressure. But the captain ignored everyone's dissuasion and ordered the submarine to dive again. However, when the submarine reached a depth of 300 meters underwater, the powerful water pressure caused the hull to begin to deform. At this moment, the soldiers inside the submarine were very nervous. Fortunately, the K-19 was the most advanced nuclear submarine at that time and successfully completed the 300-meter depth test. But just then, a soldier found that one of the instruments of the nuclear reactor had a problem. The pointer inexplicably pointed to the safety critical value, but after knocking it a few times, it became normal again. So the soldier did not pay attention to it. However, when the crew members finished the test and were resting, a pipeline inside the nuclear reactor suddenly exploded. Deadly radiation instantly spread throughout the submarine, and this accident made this submarine truly become the Widowmaker. Although the submarine finally returned to port successfully, the sacrifice made also turned this submarine into the most tragic symbol of the Cold War era.